What's going on, guys? Possibly 6 here, picture video, and today I have another album review for you guys, and another kind of setup change in a way. I have this like little kind of stand up, I wouldn't say desk per se, but it's to basically put some stuff on it. I changed my one that you guys can't really see it, but you can see my little CD player standing on it. That's where my shoes used to be, or that shoe holder. It used to be where this little desk thing used to be at, and I switched it with that to give this a little more room, and it's a little difficult. But anyways, with what I'm trying to say is, I'm back with another review for you guys, and today I'm going over the newest studio offering in a band that I was really anticipating to listen to this new album for, The Haunted, Songs of Last Resort. This also came out on the 30th of May of 2025 on Century Media Records. This is the band's 10th studio album overall, and this band formed in 1996 in Gothenburg, Sweden. I've always heard good stuff about this band. I've heard about a good chunk of their discography, except for one album. Has been really consistent, really damn good. You know, they've had some unique lineup changes, like Peter Dolving entered the band. There were some members of At the Gates that eventually started The Haunted. I believe one of them was Hoffman, I believe. Andy Hoffman, I think that's who it was. But there were some members of At the Gates that eventually did form The Haunted, and I've been willing to check this band out for a while now, but just time hasn't really... usually when I think of them, I always forget to check them out, but I was able to check out this album here today, and, yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. Enough of my rambling. Let's get into the review as we, I don't really know. My mind is all over the place today, guys. I really do apologize. So we kick off with the opening track of one of the first singles off this album, Warhead. Starts off with kind of these weird samples, like a woman on a computer, like a woman's computerized voice, was saying a bunch of weird codes or whatever. But the riffs immediately, obviously, at the gates, right off the rip. Something like Slaughter of the Soul or Terminal Spirit Disease, like that more kind of thrashy, melodic death metal. And it's absolutely awesome. There's a unique kind of Exodus groove to it, but most particularly in the Rob Dukes era, I would say something mainly from Exhibit B, The Human Condition, which I think that's a really good positive if you ask me. But yeah, really good way to kick off the album. Then we get In Fire Reborn. A lot of In Flames-like melodies, but you get some more thrashy chugs, which I really do like. Then we get Death to the Crown. More groove-laden, more kind of a Lamb of God kind of track, if you ask me. Very nice kind of groovy breakdown. Something that Lamb of God would make from, Ashes of the Wake to probably Sacrament, if you ask me personally. Then we get to Bleed Out. More melodic, but still chuggy. It has that perfect balance of thrash intensity, but also have some nice melodic melodies that I really do enjoy. Then we get to Unbound. Isolated drums to start off, and then it has a very big Ghost of War vibe. And Slayer is kind of throughout this entire album, too. But this song's pretty catchy, if you ask me. It has a very nice kind of shout to it that I think is really cool. Let's see here. Hell is Wasted on the Dead. Aforementioned Slayer, full bore, boogie to it. Really cool. Same with the track after that, Through the Fire. Full on Slayer that I think is really nice. Then we get to Collateral Carnage. And this track and the other track, Salvation Recalled, very much Creator. Something that Creator would make with Enemy of God or Hordes of Chaos. If you ask me. It's that more kind of thrashy, a little bit of groove thrown in there, more of a mid-tempo track. I think that's really cool. But then we get to the penultimate track, Labyrinth of Lies. Again, more in the vein of Death to the Crown. It's very melodic, and it's very groove laden. That I think is really, really, really cool. But then we get to the final track, Letters of Last Resort. Has a very nice kind of bass intro to it. Then it's just a bunch of samples. It's a little bit of a darker tone to it in terms of the atmosphere. In terms of, the vibe and the tone. But it has a very nice breakdown that is somewhat doomy, but also very groovy. Something that, I guess, like, maybe Pantera may have came up with in the 90s. Or maybe like Machine Head, maybe a more modern kind of, more modern sense in a way. But yeah, I really don't have anything to really complain about with this album. The only track I guess I can't complain about is the track Blood Clots, because it's an instrumental. But even that has some good moments too. Like, it's more kind of like, groove laden throughout, but it has like a very kind of haunting end to it that I think is pretty nice. But overall, this is some damn good stuff. I think production's really great. I think this is produced by Jens Bogren, because Sweden. What are you gonna do? Everyone sounds great. It really, really, really does. I really love the vocals on the sound. The guitars are really nice. The bass can pop up every once in a while. Drums sound awesome. Everyone is just firing on all cylinders, and I guess from the complaints I've heard from some people, the worst thing you could say about it is that it's a haunted album. So there you go. There, it's kind of like the worst thing you could say about a Slayer album is that it sounds like Slayer. So there you go. There, but overall, I'm going to give this 4 1/4. I fucking love this album. This was some great shit right here. Probably top 5 of the year. It's up there. It's up there with top 5 of the year. But yeah, this is some great shit. Not much more needs to be said about it. Everything sounds tight, crisp, absolutely phenomenal. If you love At the Gates, In Flames, Slayer, and Exodus thrown in there, and a little bit of Creator, check this album out. Not much more needs to be said. So, folks, what did you guys think about the last, or Songs of Last Resort by The Haunted? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't feel free to share this with family, friends, pet turtle, your grandma, whoever you want to. But make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, tap the bigger subscribe button, and tap the bell so when I upload, you guys will be notified. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Most importantly, join the herd. Talk to you guys in the next video. Peace out.